just a name from the past. But the Bronx lights are burning and Goldie's bringing the blast. New pinstripes, same fire. He's swinging like a man possessed. With Judge on his side, this duo's better than the rest. Goldie's got gas in the tank. He's tearing it up, walking the plank. From MVP to forgotten, now he's back in the rank. Don't blink, now he's making them crank. Goldie's got gas in the tank. Goldie's got gas in the tank. Yeah! Crowd said he's too old, that the spark was long gone. But he's hitting bombs in the Bronx, proving them all wrong. With Judge swinging thunder and Goldie bringing heat, the AL better tremble, these Yanks won't face defeat. Goldie's got gas in the tank, he's back from the brink, yanking the crank. Legends never die, they just reload and flank. You feel that? That's a Goldie tank. Yeah, he's got gas in the tank. They counted him out, now he's counting bases. Welcome to New York, Goldie. Let's ride!
Goldie's got gas in the tank. I love that song. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday to everyone. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick before we get started. D-Train, what's up, D-Train? What's going on? Ken, how's it going, Ken? Andrew, what's up, Andrew? I'm glad you guys could join me. Today, game 1 of 3 versus the Orioles. The Yankees going up against the Orioles. I mean, they haven't been playing too good, so I expect the Yankees to do good things, and we'll get into the matchups and all of that stuff. And then after that, we'll talk a little bit about Devin Williams' demotion from the closer position. I think that's a hot topic, even though everyone's covered it, but I'd like to give you guys my my take on that, to be honest. My dog is barking at somebody outside, as you can see. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, let's take a look at this matchup here. Let's take a look at the matchup. Today we got Will Warren going up against Sugano. I believe that's how you say his name. That was the big free agency signing besides Tyler O'Neill that the Orioles made. They brought this guy in from Japan. Obviously, no Yankees have faced him, as far as I know, because when I look at the matchups, there is none, even though the lineup's not out yet. But yeah, I don't know much about the guy. Apparently, he was supposed to be posted a while back, but he wasn't. To be honest, I don't know much about him. But he's 2-1 on the season. His ERA is 3.54. So it's not terrible. He's probably one of the better pitchers on the team, if I'm not mistaken, at this point. And he's going up against Will Warren. Will Warren's ERA is 4.79. He's 1-0, 21 strikeouts. I think the ERA doesn't really do him justice because he's had some really good starts. He has some shaky ones too. That one versus Tampa Bay, where he couldn't get through the first inning, that was probably his worst outing thus far. And even though the runs in that game were charged to him, but he left him on base, and Yarbrough, he couldn't get out the jam. But besides that, I've liked what I've seen from Will Warren thus far, considering that he's a rookie. He had some time up here in the bigs last year and did not look good. So this is a huge step up for the kid. So it'd be interesting to see what he does. So let's look at the Orioles lineup, because the Yankees lineup is not posted yet. Hold on, let me refresh. Maybe it posted while I was getting ready, and no, it hasn't. Excuse my dog barking in the background if you can hear her. All right, so we have the veteran Cedric Mullins batting first, exclusively lefty now. He used to be a switch hitter, but I guess they ditched that bat from the right side. He's batting 279 on the season with an OPS of 968, so he's had a pretty decent start. Then we got Gunnar Henderson batting second. Only he has gone off to a slow start. He has 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, batting 220, and with an OPS of 634. So that's not what you want to see from your star shortstop. I think the Orioles offense rely heavily on him and Adley Rushman, who's next. He's got 4 home runs on the season, 8 RBIs, 209 average. So he's gotten off to a slow start too. But behind him, batting fourth is O'Hearn. He's batting 303, OPS of 908. And he's got 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. Then you got Mountcastle batting fifth, first base. I'll tell you what, man. A lot of these guys' averages do not look good. Do not look good. I can't say his name. Kerstad. Anyway, he was a promising rookie. I believe was he a rookie last year? I believe so. I think he was runner up. Or he was in the runnings for rookie of the year. I could be wrong, but he's gone off to a slow start as well. Batting 197, OPS of 603. Then you got Urias, third base. He's doing well. I don't think he's gotten much playing time, but he's batting 317, OPS 786. Jackson Holiday, the former #1 prospect. I'm not even sure. I don't think he's the #1 prospect now. But anyway, he's gone off to a semi-slow start. He's batting 233, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 673 OPS. And then you got Loreno, I guess that's how you say his name, and he's batting 184, batting ninth. So, I mean, a lot of young stars or young prospects in this lineup. I mean, I wouldn't even consider Adley Rushman and Henderson prospects anymore. I mean, they're pretty solidified in the league, but they really need to step it up for this offense, for the Orioles offense to actually compete. Because right now hold on, let me zoom out on this. Right now, the Orioles are 10-17 on the season, so they're last place in the AL East. Not the start they were hoping for. I mean, if Oriole fans cannot be happy with the moves the front office made during the offseason. I mean, when the guy sold the team, the previous owner, I mean, he sold the team, and there was a lot of hopes that they were gonna start spending money and possibly re-sign Corbin Burns and everything. And instead, they failed to do pretty much anything. Pretty much anything. Ken says Sugano, classic Japanese pitcher, throws a heavy sinker, has 6 pitches, relies on movement. There you go. That's the scouting report on him. There's no really matchups. Nobody's faced. I don't think any of the Orioles players have faced Will Warren in the big leagues, and none of the Yankees have faced Sugano, according to MLB.com. So it's going to be interesting. So for a lot of these guys, it's going to be the first time seeing the other pitcher. So that's fun. There's no history there, so a lot of guys are probably going to be relying off of feedback from the batters ahead of them. See how the ball's moving and stuff. I tell you what, though, I never sleep on any of these Japanese pitchers because they're good over there, man. They're really good. This guy, I think he was touted as one of the best pitchers up there, but I guess due to his age, anything, a lot of teams didn't want to take a chance on him. I believe he was posted before, but they didn't get the offers he liked, so he decided to stay in Japan, and this offseason he posted again, and here he is. So we'll see. I'll be honest, I've never seen the guy pitch, so it's gonna be fun to watch. Especially in Baltimore. The stadium over there is beautiful. The crowd is always into the games, especially versus the Yankees. I get it. The Orioles haven't been doing too good this year so far, but there's always that AL East rivalry, that Baltimore, New York, rivalry. So it'll be fun, man. And I'm pretty sure the Orioles, especially the Orioles, being that they competed so much with the Yankees last season and the last couple of seasons for the AL East, they're gonna I'm expecting them to step up their game versus the Yankees. So the Yankees can we're not gonna sleep on them, so to speak. We're not gonna take them lightly either. So if you see the title, Yankees must stay hot, battle versus Orioles starts. And what I mean by that, the Yankees gotta stay hot. I mean the bottom of the lineup. I'm specifically speaking about Bellinger, Dominguez, Wells, Volpe, who had a great weekend versus the Blue Jays. So that's good. I mean, especially the way he looked previously, before the way he looked in that series versus the Guardians and Tampa Bay Rays. Man, it was crazy. People were calling for him to be sent down to AAA. Um, I haven't heard any of that chatter anymore. Me personally, I was one that's saying that that's not going to help him at all. I mean, we've seen Volpe do good before, so we know it's in there. Hopefully, he can be consistent. Now, the issue is his consistency because we know he can hit at the major league level, but can he do it consistently? Is the question. It's the question. And guys, don't forget if you see if you want to participate in the trivias and everything and answer them in the chat, all you have to do is say !play, and it'll get you started. And you can just hit A, B, or C in the chat, and you're good. Chris, what's up, Chris? Chris, man, text me, man. You gotta come on. We gotta do the overnight thing again, man. At least once a week. Let's do it. Ken says Jason Mullins has the highest average of the team, followed by Henderson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be honest. That's not even saying much, man. Mullins, he's batting 279. Like their offense is anemic right now, I feel like. And then their pitching is not too great either. They don't have the pitching to sustain any chance of competing for the AL East, in my opinion. So they're gonna need these young guys to really, really step it up. That's just my opinion. Tyler O'Neill's hurt. Yep. Looks like we have the MVP and Cy Young so far this season. Yep, so far. Max Fried and Aaron Judge. And I tell you why, if the season ended today, we'd have at least 5 players in the All-Star game. I mean, not the season. If the All-Star game was today or tomorrow, we'd have at least 5 players in the All-Star team. At least. Maybe even more. I say Paul Goldschmidt, Aaron Judge, Max Fried. I'd include Luke Weaver. His ERA is phenomenal. That's 4 right there. Ben Rice. I think Ben Rice is up there too. Even though he's cooled down. He's cooled down over the weekend. Heavy. So hopefully he could pick it back up. That's 5 right there. Who else am I missing? Fernando Cruz, I think, is an all-star candidate. Trent Grisham. Yes, I mean, we're looking at 6, 7 guys that we can have in the all-star team. If the all-star game was today or tomorrow, we'd have like 6 or 7 guys. CT Cards, what's up, CT? Let me move the chat. It's like getting blocked by all that stuff there. Yep. And don't forget also, if you want to look up anybody's stats, all you have to do is hit the $ and the player's name. So for instance, I'll put Cedric Mullins in the chat, hit enter, and it should come up. There we go. Cedric Mullins he's just a veteran player, man. It'd be interesting to see. I think this is his last year of his contract. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. But he's been around for so long with the Orioles. It seems like forever. Aaron Judge batting 406. It's crazy to say his average has dipped a little bit. He's still in the 400s, man. It's insane. And we're heading into May. We have what? 2 more days? 2 more days, and we're in May. So to be batting 400 in May is just crazy. Who played third base for the Yankees during the 1998-2000 Scott Brosius, right? See. I think. Yeah, Scott Brocious, of course. Yeah. All right, but so let's talk about this whole Devin Williams situation. I mean, I think I was a little surprised that they actually did it in a sense, but then after he blew that save on Friday, hearing Boone's press conference told me that they were already considering that, taking the closer position away from him, because when the reporter asked him, he did not say yes or no. Usually he would be like, "No, that's our closer. You know, he's the best reliever in the game," and he would say something like that. But he didn't say that. He was like, and I was watching it. I actually was live when the press conference was happening, and I said that. I was like, "Whoa!" He left that open. You know, he said, "Oh, well, the game just ended, so we got a lot to look at." And right there, I knew, like, yeah, they're already considering it. They're already considering it. And honestly, it's the right move. It's the right move, man. You can't be blowing. Say he's already blown 3 games for us, 3 wins that we should have had. Right now, the Yankees should have the best record in the major leagues. Um, he's blown 3 games that we should have had. He's blown a 4-run lead versus the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, the guy, he's just. I think his biggest issue is he can't seem to get ahead in counts, to put him in a good position to throw that airbender, you know, the changeup. And when you're behind on counts, man, you can't really rely on the changeup because that thing moves so much that you don't know where it's gonna land. So he needs to get ahead in counts. He needs to locate his fastball, his four-seam fastball, a lot better. I know his velo is down a little bit, but it's not down much. So the stuff is still there. It's just executing pitches. I think that's his biggest thing: executing pitches and just building his confidence back up. Because he looks scared out there, man. He looks rattled. Even before he starts, like just in the bullpen, he looks like uncomfortable. So hopefully, as time passes, he'll find himself and you know, maybe they give him the closer position back, or maybe not. Maybe he stays as a setup, whatever it is. I know that the Yankees are a way better team if we have the Devin Williams of old. Okay, so I'm not ready to throw him by the wayside. You know, like I know some fans are. I wouldn't. I mean, that makes no sense, man. You got one of the best closers in the past few years. Regardless of what he's doing now, we know that's in there. So we gotta bring it out of him. Let's bring it out of him. I'm telling you, if Devin Williams was pitching like we know that, if Devin Williams was pitching like he pitched the past few years with the Brewers, right now for the Yankees, our bullpen would be unstoppable. Unstoppable with the way that Fernando Cruz is pitching, the way that Luke Weaver's pitching. You know what I mean? Then we got Johnny Loizaga coming back soon. Like, come on, we hands down we will have the best bullpen. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? Which team did the Miracle Mets defeat in the 1969 World Series? That's a question for Ken, man. That's in your time, Ken. I should know this, though. I'm going to say the A's. It's the World Series. Obviously, it's not a Nationals team. Yeah, let's go A's. I'll pick the A's. But yeah, so I don't think there's a Yankee fan out there who disagrees with Boone's move to demote Devin Williams. I mean, at this point, man, you can't keep throwing him out there. It's not helpful to him. First of all, it's not helpful to Devin Williams, right? He knows that he's off. It's not helpful to him to put him out there in high leverage situations. It's not helpful for the Yankees, right? And if he blows another save, the Yankee fans are really going to turn on him and really hate him. So I think that was the right move. That was the right move by Boone. I don't know if Boone made the decision or was it a collective decision made by him, Cashman, and Matt Blake, or what, but it was the right decision. It was the right decision. Luis Duran says, I think he should be a relief pitcher, not a starter or closer. I mean, he's not gonna be a starter. Like, I don't think he got it in him for that. But I would like to see him win his spot back. Man, I'm a sucker for a redemption story, guys. I love to see a player bounce back, from adversity or whatever it is. So I'd love to see him bounce back with the New York Yankees this year, not maybe next year when he moves on and if he moves on and signs with another team or whatever the case may be. Because we've seen that so many times too, like Sonny Gray, with us, he was very not good. And as soon as he left us, man, he turned out to be a freaking stud. So I'd like to see him figure it out with this. And that's gonna take a lot of, I think a lot of it is it's just him getting comfortable with the situation, and maybe his teammates could help with that, big him up. I think he's still got the stuff. So I'm not giving up on Devin Williams. Jason, there's no closer that will measure in the Bronx that will measure up to Mo. And look, there's no closer in the world that will ever measure up to Mariano Rivera. Like, I haven't seen him right now. So, I mean, I'm not, if fans are and it's not even the expectation. I don't think that's what it is, man. I think Yankee fans are smarter than people give them credit for, man. You just can't be blowing games like that, man. I get it. It's going to happen every now and then. You might blow a game here and there. It happens, Even Mo has blown. Mo blew a World Series game. A Game 7 at that, So I don't think it's that, Ken. I think it's just when you go out there and you're supposed to be this guy, and then you blew the first one, it's like, okay. You blew the second one, it's like, oh, come on. And now it's become a reoccurring thing, man. And Yankee fans, we don't like that, man. We don't have patience for that. It's like, come on, dude. You're hurting us, man. You're hurting the team. You're letting us down. So I don't think people have, if you have the expectation of this guy coming out to be Mariano Rivera, like, then I don't know, man. You really need to get checked, man. The same thing with Volpe. If you think that Volpe is gonna be Derek Jeter, I don't know what to tell you, man. Because you're gonna be let down if that's the mentality. But we do expect better than that from any pitcher. We expect better than that, especially if you're a closer. And I think the most irritating thing for me with this whole Devin Williams thing is because we know he's good. We've seen him before. I've seen him one time pitch against the Dodgers and make them look foolish. I'm talking about Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman. 1, 2, 3 made them look silly. And I was like, man, I want this guy in the Yankees so bad. And then he comes to us, and it's like he's a shell of himself. Like I don't know, like he looks terrified. And that's what bothers me the most, to be honest. That's what bothers me the most. But it happens. It happens. Ace, what's up, Ace? So I don't think Mo wrecked Yankee fans' expectations, man. I disagree. Class A is having some issues right now too. And Diaz, it happens, man. I think look, as a closer, a relief pitcher in general, right? I heard this on MLB.com. I mean, MLB radio today. I forgot who said it. I'm trying to think. Anyway, they were like, oh no, it was Joel Sherman said it. He was like, being a reliever is like an air traffic controller, right? He was like, if you don't land the plane, it's really bad. If you land the plane, it's like whatever, who cares? Just another day. But when you don't land that plane, it's really, really bad. It's like a really bad, So, and I agree, man. It's like a lot of times relievers, you got to think, man, they coming in the game late after sitting in the bullpen for a while. And usually it's like, okay, you expect them to get 3 hours, get you through the inning or whatever it is. But when they don't, it's like they blew the whole game, People are upset at them. Not like a starter. A starter has a bad outing. They get him out of there and you forget, yeah, it sucks. And you're like, oh, it's a bad outing. But there's still a lot of games. There's still a lot of innings most of the time and outs to be played. A closer, you coming in at the end of the game, it's like it's you or nothing, dude. He says, I said this yesterday, 3 things that make Yankee fans turn on Devin Williams. 1, his performance, the fact that Weaver has been great and likable. And 3, fans are still traumatized by Clay Holmes. Yeah, I guess, man. I think too I think it's just the with Devin Williams is that he's supposed to be much better than that. I think that's what it is. And when you come and pitch like that, it's like, man, you know. So and yeah, and Weaver's loved by Yankee fans, man. We love him. His personality, he's funny, everything about him, we love. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I just hope that the whole year's in like this, man. I hope he really figures it out and can at least be, even if he doesn't get the closer spot back, at least be effective, man. Be somebody that we could turn to. Because we need it, man. And you know how pitching is, man. These pitchers, they go down like, man, they go down like flies. Especially later in the year. You know somebody's gonna get hurt and everything. So he's gonna be crucial. He's gonna be crucial to this to our success. So we gotta get him going, man. But I will say this, right? Considering what we gave up for him, I still make that trade again. It's well worth the risk. Yeah, Caleb Durbin's a fine young player, but let's be honest, man. He wasn't gonna play this year with us, man. They probably would have gave him a shot, but there's no way he's playing second. The only place he could have played was third, and I didn't see that happening either. So, you know, it's whatever, right? And then Nestor Cortez, man, he's been dealing with this injury, and look, I think he's on the 60-day IL as we speak right now. So, and we saw what he did the first game of the season versus us and everything. So, look, I'd make that trade. I'd make that trade again. You know, if I could, even knowing that Devin Williams is going to pitch bad in the first month of the season, pitch terribly, I'd still make the trade just because the potential is there for him to pitch great, you know, later on in the season or in the postseason or whatever. He's still Devin Williams, man. He's still Devin Williams. Ken says, Jason, look at Volpe. He has the ridiculous Jeter comparisons. You got fans demanding that Volpe goes to AAA and get dumped and bring Lombard up. Look, let me tell you something, man. George Lombard, he's not ready, guys. Come on. We don't want to rush these guys up here either. So I don't believe in that either. I think he's gonna be a great player, but I don't think he's ready. You know, I think saying things like that when fans say stuff like that, it's like, bro, maybe that's the mistake we made with Volpe, that we rushed him up here. Even though I was calling for him to play because he had an outstanding spring, he earned it. But maybe, you know, kind of fast tracking through the system, especially AAA, maybe that hurt him a little bit. Maybe, you know. I don't know, man. I haven't given up on Volpe. Do I think he's the greatest shortstop? No, I do not. If you're making comparisons to Jeter, I think you're crazy. I wasn't even doing that even before he came up here. It's ridiculous to do that, man. Jeter's Jeter, man. Right? And that's not to say that he can't come out and be a even better player than Jeter, him or Lombard or anybody, you know. But to compare people to other players sometimes is just it's crazy. Maybe the characteristics, like certain characteristics of a player, but everybody's different, you know. Everybody's different. A says he makes that trade I'd make that trade right now. Even if Devin Williams was pitching like ass, like he is right now, and they're like, hey, you know, would you make that trade again? If I could go back in time, would I make that trade? Yeah, I'm going to make that trade again. I think you have to, man. I think you really have to, man. He's still Devin Williams. So hopefully he figures it out. I don't think this is it for him, or like a guy like Emmanuel Clase or any of these top closers they're supposedly struggling, man. I think the main guys that are struggling right now, though, is Class A and Williams. But I'll tell you right now, man, teams will love to have them on their squad right now. Even with the way they're pitching, they'll take them right now. I'm telling you, these guys, they didn't just forget to pitch overnight, you know? So whatever it is it confidence or whatever it is, they could figure it out. They can figure it out. But I do think the confidence plays a huge role, especially as a relief pitcher, especially as a closer, and as a baseball player. Period. You got to be confident. You got to believe in yourself. So maybe that belief is Maybe there's a little doubt in there in themselves. Both of them got rocked in the postseason. We'll see. We'll see. But at the end of the day, Boone made the right decision. That's what it all boils down to. They made the right decision by demoting him. I hope that didn't hurt his confidence further. I really hope it didn't. I hope he doesn't. And if he has that mentality where he's like, I hope if anything, it lit a fire in his ass, man, to really step it up, man. Whatever it is, freaking watch film, work, get in the lab, use the track man and all that stuff that these guys got now, and figure it out. I hope that's the case, man, and not just I feel sorry for myself, whatever. It's a contract year. If anything, man, he just had a kid, man. He should be really, really stepping up, man, and trying to figure it out quick, because I tell you what, man, he's not gonna get paid the same as he would have if he was a closer, a dominant closer in the game. Right now, he looks like he's barely playable. So, and I believe he will. He'll figure it out. I think he really would. And again, look, we don't know the conversations that are being had behind the scenes. We don't know. Maybe Boone didn't want to make decisions, but maybe he didn't like the guy's attitude or whatever it is, man. You just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I think that I'm gonna be optimistic that Devin Williams will figure it out and come back to be and he'll be a great pitcher again for the New York Yankees. Hopefully, knock on wood. I know I was thinking that they should have brung him in the game versus the first game of the doubleheader when we was up by like 9 runs at one point. I was thinking this is a perfect time to bring in Devin Williams just so he could kind of get some throws in there, figure some stuff out. And but after thinking about it today, I was like, you know what? I think Boone made the right decision not putting him in there. First of all, at that point it means nothing, right? You're up 9, it's like whatever. But not only that though, man, the Yankee fans, it's still fresh on their mind. I think he wants to get him. I think he's gonna bring him in on the road first. Bring him in on the road, and then hopefully he can start building momentum, pitching well, and then you bring him in the Yankee Stadium again. Because nobody wants to see him come in at Yankee Stadium and people chanting "We want Weaver" or whatever. Even though, like I said before, these dudes are professionals, they should be able to handle that stuff. But at the same time, they're humans too. So, and he looks like he's going through some things. So it definitely is not going to help his situation. So the trivia right now is which player won the AL MVP award the year after Ten Williams hit 406? That's a good question. I have no idea. Either Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Joe Gordon, or Ten Williams. I'm gonna go with Ten Williams. Feels like a trick question. I'm checking to see if the Yankees posted the lineup yet, and there's still no lineup for today's game. Oh, Joe Gordon. Still no lineup. But yeah, so these 3 games, even though they might seem insignificant versus the Orioles, I like to beat up on the teams in our division. I'd like the Yankees to do that. Last year, I don't think our numbers were good versus teams in our own division. And let's start pulling away, man. Yeah, the Orioles are way behind. I get it. But let's start. We don't want to give them any kind of confidence or anything like that. Right now, the season is still so early. It's still young to where if you go on a 4-game skid, like the Padres recently did, where they lost 4 in a row, all of a sudden, man, you don't look so good in the standings. So let's start pulling ahead of these teams, especially the Red Sox. Start pulling ahead. That way we're a little comfortable where we don't have to worry about that stuff, That's what I want to see the Yankees do. I'm going to pull up the standings right now. We'll take a look at that. All righty. All right, so we're 2 games ahead of the Red Sox right now. The Rays are in third, 3 games behind. Blue Jays 4 games behind, and then you got the Orioles 6.5 games behind. Let me tell you something. That's great, right? We're in first place. But I've seen leads, and in recent history, we've seen leads, man. I'm talking about 15 games ahead of the division just go to one, to zero. Was it last year that we almost freaking fell out of first place, or was it the year before? I know it's happened so many times, so you can't take anything for granted, especially when the season's it's still early. It's still early. 6.5 games is nothing. Like I said, you can have a bad road trip, or you can have a bad series, and all of a sudden, you're out of first place. You're a game behind, or anything or something like that. So these games do matter. They really do matter. Every game does matter. Let's go ahead and look at the. All right, so the Tigers have the best record in the American League right now. They're 18-10. Like I said before, I could think of at least 3 games so far that the Yankees should have won, and so that don't help us. They're ahead of their division. Excuse me, my mouth is dry. They're ahead. White Sox are down 11 games. My goodness. And you got the Angels. The Angels started off, they looked pretty promising, but they've fallen off a map. But the AL West is still pretty tight. Still pretty tight. Mariners are a game above the Rangers. I mean, I'll be honest, man. The AL American League is not so great. Not like the National League, man. You got teams like the Mets, the Giants, playing very well. The Giants are 19-10. Dodgers are half a game behind the Giants. The Padres slipped out of first place because they were up there for a while. They lost 4 games in a row out of nowhere, and now they're a game and a half behind. Diamondbacks are a good team. They're 15-13, and then the Rockies, the poor old Rockies, man, just playing in the hardest division. And they're 4-23. Oh my goodness, man. They might win 25 games this year, the way it's looking. Especially with their division. The teams they have to play the most. Not looking good. The Dodgers beat up on the Pirates yesterday. The Pirates are 11-18. That's not good. Cubs look pretty good. The Reds are hanging in there with the Cubs. So now's the time in May. You like to pull away from teams in the division if you possibly can. So especially when it's tight. The Mets are 4 games above the Phillies. That's crazy, man. So they're pulling away. That's what I want to see the Yankees do. Right now, we're 2 games above the Red Sox. Let's start pulling away from these teams, especially the Red Sox, and just get a comfortable lead. The Red Sox are playing the Blue Jays. So hopefully the Blue Jays could beat them. And then after the Blue Jays, they go on to play the Twins, who are not good at all. And then the Rangers after that. The Yankees, we have a 3-game road trip in Baltimore. And then we come right back to the Bronx to face the Rays for a few games. And then we face the Padres. So hopefully the Padres are still not playing too well when they come here. And after that, we go to Sacramento to play the Athletics, and we go on a little West Coast trip. And then the big series, the Mets versus the Yankees. That's what I can't wait for. But anyway, let me know who you got. Don't forget, later on tonight, I will be doing the live chat fantasy draft betting system, whatever. You guys might want to check that out. It's pretty cool, man. Freaking it doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. You can bet on your teams and stuff. I'll show you what that looks like here. You pick your players, and soon we'll be doing like weekly giveaways. We'll be doing weekly giveaways of things like this 3D printed Thor hammer, Yankees Thor hammer, and stuff like that. But right now I'm trying to get more participation because it's pretty much me and D-Train doing it every game. Besides that, nobody else really is messing with it. But that's going to do it for me, man. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Monday. Hopefully your week is good and fruitful. And let's go Yankees, man. Let's sweep these O's, man. Let's sweep these birds. See you guys, man.
But deep down we pray you glow. So show us what you got. Let that magic flow. Step it up.